All right. We here for the late night boxing talks. Quick recap of some subjects I wanted to elaborate upon, but this didn't necessarily want to dedicate an entire video segment to. The next episode of the relay is already done. I just got to put the finishing touches on it. But a couple of small stories grabbed my attention today. Some unconfirmed. I was goody. Sophia was goody. Rob in the building. You know what I mean? Some stories grabbed my attention today. Some confirmed, some aren't. One story that is unconfirmed, and I'm gonna see if it's for real or not. I just tried to check, but I saw nothing that confirms this story. Unorthodox boxing of unorthodox. Shout out to unorthodox on Twitter. She posted this image via Twitter that apparently former WBC super featherweight champion Delphine Passoon is supposed to be fighting former WBO champion Eva Brodnicka of Poland, and that's supposed to be going down in June on the 11th. But I looked at both of their social media to see if there's any confirmation that the fight is real and that the fight is done, because I find it hard to believe that Eva at this age would take a chance on somebody like Delphine. Anybody that knows Eva is she's not a puncher. She's not a very busy fighter overall. You know, she doesn't throw a lot of shots. What she likes to do is jab, jab, clinch, jab, jab, hold. She's a safety first fighter. So the idea that this safety first fighter is going to fight somebody like Delphine Passoon, I do struggle with that, especially if it's not going to be on a major platform and it's not being financed by a major promotional outfit. If you know anything about Eva and you know anything about Delphine, Eva's back with Timex, and Timex, for what it's worth, seems a more organized promotional outfit than, say, the people that Delphine has been dealing with. Like, Timex does a lot of shows in Poland, and they're perfectly capable of feeding Eva no-hopers in what remains of her career. I really find it hard to believe that she will fight somebody like Delphine, because if she is going to fight her, she going to get the shit beaten out of her. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel about that. Like, if she, credit to her if she take the fight. I ain't mad if she take the fight, but I'm being real there. If she do take the fight, she gonna get the shit beat out of her. That's how I feel about that. That's why I don't even know if the shit is real, because I'm like, yo, she really gonna fight Delphine? Where? In Belgium? For what amount of money? Like, I don't know about that. Like, for getting your ass beat by Delphine, you better off, telling Matchroom, hey, let me fight Hugh Mi Choi, or let Alicia Baumgartner beat the shit out of me. You probably gonna make more money letting Alicia beat the shit out of you than like Delphine. Like, nah, you wildin'. Like, you ain't gonna get no money getting your ass kicked in Belgium. You know what I mean? So that's some real shit. And that's kind of why I don't really know if that story is real. If it's real, I would be shocked. It's not the first time I heard it. I heard that Delphine was looking at two people for a fight. She was looking at Ellen Mechaled, who I don't think she's on Jalicia, as Alicia's mandatory challenger. So I don't think she's going to get LM. And the second person that she was looking at was Eva Brodnicka. And I talked about it here on the channel. If you go back a couple of days, a little over a week, I talked about it. And I'm like, I can't see Eva taking that fight, man. You gonna get the shit beaten out of you if you take that fight. And it ain't going to be for a lot of money. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, she crazy, Leo, if she take the fight. She like, you ain't gonna make a lot of money getting the shit beaten out of you by Delphine. You gonna get the shit beaten out of you, but you ain't gonna get a lot of money for letting her beat you up. You might as well let Alicia beat you up. You know what I mean? You might get a little 7-figure, but not 5-figure, 6-figure payday. I was about to say 7. I'm wilding. Maybe you get 5 figures. You get you like $50,000, $70,000 or something like that. You let Alicia beat the fucking shit out of you. Because I can't. Like, how much money do you get going to Belgium and getting beat up by Delphine? I'm just being real. So I'm on the fence with that. I don't know if that fight is real, but that's supposed to be the story. We think about Prograis yesterday. Prograis on the Probellum card, which if you were here in America, you had to see it by way of Fubo Sports TV. That's Fubo, Fubo Sports TV. They were showing the Probellum cards for free. The one on Friday, one on Saturday. And Regis Prograis looked sharp. I didn't even know until the end of the fight that was a WBC eliminator. I literally did not know until they put that Olympic WBC medal on him. If y'all seen the fight, y'all know that when it was over and when Radio Raheem walked over to do the interview, Prograis had like a WBC Olympic medal or whatever, which was supposed to indicate that he just participated in a WBC eliminator. Right now, if you look at the ranked standings, this is the way the cookie crumbles. You got Jose Zapata, who was also in action yesterday, south of the border, against the no-hoper as part of a Zanfa promotion. You have Jose Zapata, who fought yesterday at number 1. You have Jose Ramirez at number 2. And at number 3, you have Regis Prograis. All three of these guys have seen action the last couple of weeks. All three of them is on the same schedule. So now what I'm left wondering is which fight the WBC is going to order. Are they going to order Jose to have a rematch with Jose, or are they going to order a fight between Jose and Regis Prograis? That's the question. I really don't know. Midwest was good. Yo, Choi wasting a lot of people time, man. Culture was good. Cultura, que lo que, Big Hova. Yeah, he's still fighting at 40, bro. He's still fighting at 40. You know what I mean? And I just don't know which fight the WBC is going to order, because we all know they make up their rules as they go along. There's no set criteria, no set formula to what they do. They seem to do whatever is convenient in the moment. So if it's more convenient to order Zapata versus Ramirez part 2, that's what they're going to do. If for some reason it makes more sense to them to order Zapata versus Prograis, that's what they're going to do. They do whatever the fuck they want, whenever the fuck they want. What I will say is I don't really want to see a rematch between Jose and Jose. I seen that fight. It was a decent fight, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to see a rematch with them. I want to see Zapata versus Prograis. That's what I want to see. And if you can't give me, for whatever reason, if you can't make Zapata versus Prograis happen, then what Probellum needs to do is make Prograis versus Catterall. So I'm gonna open up the panel to the. I'm gonna open up the chat to the panel and get everybody's thoughts. And please, I don't want to see 10 people backstage. Everybody cannot be on at the same time. It's too many people trying to talk over each other. Jamie Bourne in the building, punch perfect. Aye! Alex Vargas was good. Yeah, like either fight, I'm okay with either fight. If you can't make Prograis versus Zapata, then I will take Prograis versus Catterall. I'll take that. I think that's an excellent fight. I think that's one of the best fights you can make with this cycle 140 pounders. The way the landscape is looking, it looks like Top Rank still might have the run of the place. All right, what's goody, bro?
What up?
Ain't shit.
What's up?
So it looks like Top Rank has their pieces on the board to fight for at least most of those belts when they go vacant, most of those belts when Josh Taylor goes vacant, because Jose Zapata is number 1. So regardless of Jose and Regis, that's the number 1 guy is Jose Zapata. So he got to get a shot. That's just the way that looks. I heard that Teofimo Lopez is actually in a good position by way of the WBO to fight for the WBO title. So you already know what time it is with that. When you think about, I don't know who the IBF has. I'm about to look right now who they have in a good position to fight.
Matter of fact, Jules, I found out, I was curious myself, so I did I rewatched the Zapata Ramirez fight, and before the fight, they announced that it was just a world title eliminator, not final.
Yeah.
Then I'm coming in a little late. I mean, I'm sorry, I just I don't know if you mentioned that, but then Regis Prograis said that his fight with McKenna was a final eliminator.
Yep,
that's what he said. Yeah, that's what he said. So yeah.
And he had the little WBC Olympic bronze. You know they got like a fake medal. He had that shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, and that's the thing you pointed out yesterday. Like I'm confused because I know that Zapata was named the mandatory a while back. So now there are 2 mandatories for this belt, or are they going to fight or something? So
I mean, look, this is how it's looking. I'm about to post this shit. Hold up, and the IBF ranks. is really interesting. The IBF ranks are really interesting. I'm about to post this shit right now. It looks like one belt, at least one, might end up on PBC Island. Unfortunately, it looks like one might. Real shit, country. Real shit. At least one. Let me go to the shit and post this shit.
See,
I was.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, country. Go ahead, country.
I think Prograis is a good candidate for capturing at least a couple of belts, man.
Well, I wanted to ask the panel. If they made, I'm gonna start with country. If they made, let's say they made Prograis. Hold on, let me get myself out. If they made Prograis versus Zapata, who you like for that fight?
I like Prograis.
I like Prograis too in that fight. If they made Prograis versus Catterall, who do you like in that fight?
Definitely Prograis. No question. I think he has he'd have a much better chance of beating him than Josh did.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with Josh, but I think Prograis would crack him.
Yeah. Let me read the super chat. The new Batman reminds me of a developing prospect. Listen, the new Batman with Rob Pattinson. Rob Pattinson was Edgar Berlanga in that Batman. He wasn't jabbing. He wasn't hitting on Catwoman. Like I said, dog, you're not gonna have this woman in this cat suit, and I'm not gonna say nothing. Come on, B. Fuck crime. Gotham can wait. Fuck crime. All right. Let me add. Let me read the super chat. WBO Pato versus Lopez. Be bashed by another Aussie. I gotta correct you, Liam. I'm gonna start with AJ. AJ, Catterall versus Prograis. Who wins the fight?
Oh man. Well, I mean, I'd have picked Prograis before, but seeing how Catterall fought Josh, he's a more tricky puzzle to solve because he's another southpaw, and judging by his style and how how kind of the Philly shell, how defensively sound he is, I got Prograis winning, but he's gonna have a tough time with him. He's really gonna. It's gonna be a tough fight for Regis. I'm still picking him to win, but I think it's gonna be a little bit more complex than a lot of people think. He's not just gonna blow him out of there.
That's fair. I think that's fair because it's true. The advantage that he has as a southpaw, which we saw yesterday, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that because we saw what the fuck it was. He got the shit beat. Blair Cobbs, that was southpaw.
Oh God, yeah.
He got the shit beat out of him. Southpaw versus southpaw. Let me go to Sawab. Catterall versus Prograis. Who wins that fight?
I go Catterall, man.
Really?
Based on his performance. I'll say Catterall. It's going to be a good fight. I don't see any knockouts in there. Maybe Prograis. I'll say it's a 50-50 fight, but I'll go Catterall by either by points or late stoppage or Prograis in the first 6.
That's for those of y'all that don't know, Sawab know his shit. He picked some outcomes that motherfuckers didn't know, but he picked them shit. So if he say some shit, at least think on it. That Jack Cat, he's with the shits. He is with the shits.
Okay, if I'm not wrong, Prograis did verse Taylor, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but that's a triangle. That's a triangle.
No, I'm not just triangle. I'm not going for a triangle theory. I was just confused. They did have a fight, if I'm not wrong, before
they did. Yeah,
before he fought Ramirez, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did.
I have a question about that though. One, if they did fight, where do you think it would take place? You think it would take place over here, or do you think it would take place in the UK?
That is a great fucking question because this is the thing. Let's deal with that one. I honestly don't know because they're both Probellum fighters, so maybe they fight in Dubai.
Okay.
Ooh.
Question number 2. Catterall did a hell of a lot of holding when he was tying up and holding on, even though he was, he did that, and the ref let him get away with it. I kind of felt that was excessive, and if they get a different referee and it's not in the UK, how much is he really going to be able to get away with that, or is he going to get penalized for excessive holding? Because that's
another great question. You know what? I'm gonna say this. That's another great question because if you saw the Probellum fight yesterday and you were watching the referees that they were using, the one they used for the McKenna fight with Prograis, the one they used for the Sonny Edwards fight with Wasim, those referees, you could tell like they just want to be on camera. They kind of over officiating. Like, yo, bro, you too close to this shit. Like, you watching these guys too hard. chill the fuck out and let him fight. I feel like if it's in the UK, obviously Jack has the advantage. But if it's in Dubai, yeah, they're on even terrain. If it's in Dubai,
Yeah, I agree with that.
And because they're both Probellum fighters, they can do the fight. The question is, do they have the money? And well, we know they got the money because of the cocaine and the heroin.
Jay, that fight can go on Sky Sports though, because Probellum doesn't have a TV network in the UK.
Yes, they do. Eurosport 6. Eurosport 6.
I just found that out. I didn't know that.
I haven't heard of that. But I was very young when I used to watch the old some football used to come up on there, but that is not that popular in the UK.
No, I know, but they do have a broadcast partner. The thing is, if their broadcast partner is Eurosport, you know that like Eurosport ain't putting up, and they ain't giving y'all like $100 million budget or nothing like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like it ain't like Sky Sports and Boxer. It's not like the Zone and Matchroom. It ain't that kind of situation. But at the same time, we all know that a lot of this shit is just the front anyway to launder cocaine money. So it's like, but it is though.
That besides the point, but when it comes to the world title, being on Eurosport, I don't think it's gonna make them that much money. So the best thing would be to Probellum should go with Sky Sports.
Yeah,
I'm not sure they don't have Ben Shalom doesn't have a exclusive deal the way Eddie Hearn did. Do they?
No, I don't think he does actually, because Wasserman. This is how I know it's not exclusive. Wasserman kind of deals with Sky Sports too, and Wasserman is a different outfit altogether. But they do a little, because Chris Eubank Jr. is a Wasserman fighter. He is. So.
By the way, Jules, let me may I interject right quick? I just want to pick your brain about something that's kind of like on my mind now. Okay, so listen, like I know I'm not a fan of the WBC, none of us are, but what I would really, really like if they did next, order, or like this is the first thing I'm saying, order Prograis and Zepeda as a final eliminator. So the winner of that fight gets a shot at the title, no matter who it is. Now, let's just say this.
This is the thing. We know Josh is moving up more or less. Like we kind of know that. So when the title goes vacant, it really does look like it's going to be between Zapata and Prograis. It does.
Yeah, and I'll be at WBC. I mean, so let's just say like they did order that fight. I mean, just for the vacant belt or as eliminator, whatever the case may be. Where does the fight take place? What network do you see it taking place on?
Whoever puts up the most money, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you think it's probably Top Rank? They'll get it, or?
Well, I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question. Look, I was told. I don't know how true this is. I was told by somebody that knows Chong personally that Chong is not a Top Rank fighter. They just like him. They don't have like a.
Oh, that's right. He's on. What is he on?
Zanfa. He's on Zanfa.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. They told me that, and I believed them because they're also the one that told me that Blair Cobbs, he got violently knocked out by Elvis Rodriguez over there in California at Wild Card. The same person told me that shit. So if that information checks out, what you then gotta wonder is, what is Top Rank willing to pay for that WBC title fight? And do they even like Jose's chances against this dude? Because it's like, well, if we don't like his chances against this dude, then we ain't gonna pay through the nose to do this fight just so the other dude could get the belt anyway. For that fucking shit, hey, you gonna have to go to wherever the fuck Probellum want to do the fight. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen, because what they could also do is they could go in Mauricio ear, tell him some bullshit, and then it'd be Ramirez versus Zapata too. That could happen too.
Honestly, I don't see it. I mean, I see honestly Prograis and Catterall probably fighting next, rather than just then Zepeda probably getting the crack at either one of them, or whatever else the case may be.
Well, that would be one of the best fights to have.
Yep.
Honestly, it would.
Yeah,
I think this is going to be a chance. This is going to be a chance for Daniel Kinahan to show us what he could really do, because these are two of his fighters, Catterall and Prograis, and they need, they still been building a stable. Like, they got some good fighters. I ain't even going front. They got Ivan Ditchko at heavyweight. I believe he's a heavyweight. They got Jalof Rice. He's a really good heavyweight, amateur standout, blue chip prospect, medaled in the Olympics. That's a very good prospect to have. And they got a couple of people that we know, like Donnie Nietes, who's old as fucking dirt. Badu Jack, who's old as fucking dirt. But
They got
also,
Ricky Burns too. They signed him.
bro,
as
I
well.
can't even believe that man's still fighting. I can't even believe that.
Dude, he's got to be 40 by now, at least close to it.
Bro, I thought when Londongo beat him, he was going to retire. Like, bro, Londongo done beat you. He beat the shit out of you, bro. Like, you retired,
Prograis and Crawford wiped the floor with his ass.
Bro, yeah, but at least when Crawford did it was fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Shit, like I was like, yo, Ricky Burns still fighting people? That's crazy. But they got some young gunners too. They got a couple of decent prospects. Like Stanionis is one of their fighters. And
that's right. Yep, they signed him too. That's right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They got fucking who they got? They got fucking Nonito Lanida. He's a Probellum fighter. He's with Probellum.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a lot of motherfuckers. Believe it or not, if you look at their whole stable, they got something old, something regular, and something new. They got a little bit of everything.
They got past hits and current hits. That's what they got.
That's what they have. They Z100. They Z100 in New York. They got the old shit, the new shit, and some shit that you like. They got like a little bit of everything. But this is going to be a chance for Daniel to show if he really got juice, because Top Rank got a pony in that 140-pound show, but you got two ponies in that show, so we really got to see.
Yeah, but me personally, I really like what Probellum is doing, because like I tuned into two of those cards, the Mosley card and the Sonny Edwards card. Those were good fights on there. They really were. I really enjoyed them.
They were.
Did you see the John O'Carroll fight? He beat the fucking crap out of that.
I missed that one. Bro, no, listen, Jesus. John O'Carroll was a guy, like, I put John O'Carroll in a Babich file to where, look, you don't got to be perfect, but his fights is always fun. That's the main thing. That they don't be boring. Like, he throw a lot of fucking punches, that dude. So I'm cool with it if he don't have a belt.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder if he's on Probellum. No, I don't think he is.
No, he's a Probellum fighter. He is a Probellum.
They got John too. Okay.
Bro, the way this shit is breaking down now, it's like if you're not with Top Rank, and you're not with Matchroom, and you're not with Golden Boy, and you're not with Queensbury or Boxer, then you likely are with Probellum. Because when I look, every other fighter is with Probellum. Like literally every other fighter by way of their own promoter. For example, if I'm Michelle in Canada, got a stable of fighters, right? That they not necessarily with the major 5 or 6 outfits, but if I'm Michelle promotional outfit, Jim, they just signed a deal with who? With Probellum. And when I look at all the other regional promoters around the world, like just all the other ones except the Russian ones is the only ones doing their own thing. But when I like RCC and shit like that, they doing their own thing. But when I look at every other promoter around the world, the regional ones, the local ones that I know I'm familiar with, but they small time, all of them is with Probellum. Literally all of them.
I would like to add to that point. I did not expect Probellum to come out and do what they've been doing, man. I rate. What's the head's name? Jules, you made a video on him as well. Richard Schaefer. Man, I didn't expect him to do bits like that, but well done to him. He came out of Matchroom, if I'm not wrong, and
he really came out. This is what he did. He's a slime ball. Let's put that out there.
Let's call a spade a spade.
because he is a slime ball. Like, he was one of the guys that helped Heyman take all them fighters from Golden Boy. That's who he is. Wow. And he's that guy. He helped Heyman get them fighters over there. And when he got the fighters over there, he was working with PBC for a while. Then something happened, and he stopped working with PBC. And it's his reputation is what it is because of what happened with them Golden Boy fighters that he moved. He helped Heyman steal them. So he doing his own thing now. But you could see that, like, listen, Probellum ain't nothing but MTK, bro. That's all that shit is. Yeah. That's every MTK fighter that is not with Matchroom or that is not with Boxer and Queensbury and Golden Boy. That's what that is. That's why they stable is so big. And look, now they got Lou DiBella fighters. They got I wouldn't be surprised if George Kambosos end up going to Probellum. Whatever happens.
You know who else I'm expecting to sign, or I wouldn't be surprised.
Who?
He goes by the name of Terrence Bud Crawford.
Possibly. I could see that because they need champions.
It'd be a pathway for him because he's been froze out of a bunch of other places. So,
what's that gonna do for Bud though? If he signs with Probellum, who's he gonna get? He ain't gonna get no PBC fighters. And to be honest, his weight class is 147. Even if he goes up to 154, they're all at PBC.
He could get McKenna.
Yeah,
He
but that's
could
not a
get-
big fight, though.
No, but
Jules, you wrong for that, bro.
nah, but let me say this. Daniel has millions of dollars that he needs to launder, right? Don't he have millions of dollars that he
he
need to
does.
launder?
He
He
does.
do. And because you got Crawford, you could be like, well, I spent that money paying Crawford. I gotta pay him. When in reality, you just laundering the bread. So it work out for everybody. Like, look, you still get to make 3 and 4. I get to launder 3 and 4. It's all gravy. Like it's all good. Like I'm not mad at Daniel. I'm with the crime. I don't know why people complaining like boxing ain't been run by criminals since forever. Boxing is run by criminals, for criminals, by criminals. What is y'all talking about?
Pretty much. Hey, I got a
Jules,
question.
Jules, you
Go ahead,
should watch
Coach.
Top Boy. You should watch Top Boy on Netflix. Have you seen it?
I am the top boy, dog.
I got a
I'm with the
question for you.
cocaine.
What other great fights at 140 do you guys see coming up aside from
Oh, whatever Lopez does, bro. Whatever, just because he might get his ass beat.
I want to see Montana Love again. That's what I want to see. Anywhere in
Yeah,
the ring.
yeah, exactly. Like Montana Love, like the situation now, like it's so many fights. Like you got Barboza and Gary Antoine Russell and Liam Bottle and like it's a lot of a lot of stables have a lot of guys. Like Matchroom has 2 good guys. They got Liam Bottle from Australia, but they also have Montana Love from America. Top Rank probably has the biggest network of 140-pound fighters because they got Jose Ramirez. They deal with Jose Zapata.
Man. Isn't he in the mix?
He's number 2 by way to WBC.
Who's
He's
number one?
number 2.
Zapata, right? There's Zapata's
Number 1 is
still, right?
Zapata.
Still,
Number
okay.
1 is Zapata. Number 2 is Ramirez. Number 3 is Prograis.
Got it.
So, I mean, when you think about what Top Rank has, they got Ramirez. They deal with Zapata. They got Barboza. They got Lopez. When you look at PBC, they got Gary Antoine Russell, Subriel Matias. So everybody, and that whole division is nothing but killers, bro. Like, it's nothing but killers in that division, period.
Dennis Flaherty says even we're criminals.
We are, like, we got to be honest. Like, I'll be seeing people on Twitter complaining about the Kinahan cartel, and I'm like, when were you born? Yeah, they killed motherfuckers, and what you think, that's new? Motherfuckers are getting killed right now, bro. I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm just saying that. Oh, I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying it like, yo, what do you think has been going on? What do you think? Like, yeah, it's look, the dude from fucking Georgia, Abtendo Kersidze. Bro, that dude was in there he in a bin right now for homicide, racketeering, conspiracy, battery. Yeah, like he in there for a whole shit. It's like ain't nothing new going on, being like, I don't know why people acting brand new, but hey, I don't know. That's this generation. Everybody want to be captain something of something.
Jay, this is exactly what I was gonna say. This is the new generation that hasn't seen the real world out there. They only seen the world on Twitter, on Instagram, with the fake filters and bullshit. Come out to the real world, check the streets. See if you can walk at this time in London, bro. If you don't get stabbed up 20 times.
Literally, like I'm like I see, and you know that's why I always make it a point every live to differentiate, reality from what you see in the digital world, because all the boxing fans, they're not here on YouTube. All the boxing fans that go to boxing matches, right? Regardless of what metrics you see a channel might have, perhaps a channel that's bigger than this one. The biggest boxing channels, right? All the boxing fans are not there, though. That's not the whole world. There is a world outside of this digital one that is more important than this digital one. This digital one, yeah, you can make a little bit of money if you're smart, but overall, all the boxing fans are here. No, they're not. You think all the boxing fans? No, not all of them watch YouTube videos, but they go to fights or they watch fights. But not all of them watch, YouTube videos and stuff like that. So when I see, that they had the Panorama thing about Daniel Kinahan and the crime syndicate, and I'm like, I don't understand how boxing fans are complaining about this when, as far as I know, boxing has always been run by gangsters. It's literally never been different. Literally. They used to hold fights on a barge because they couldn't hold fights on the soil. They might not have been allowed to fight, way back when, like we're talking about World War I and just those times way back when, 100 fucking years ago. bro, they always been lawbreakers running boxing. When has it been different?
Right.
Bob Arum's a gangster. OG Bob.
OG Bob, he got bodies in the basement. Like I just don't understand how somebody could sit there with, oh, he's a gangster. He laundering money. Yeah, who isn't, bro?
Look at Don
Like,
King,
I
man.
mean, it's like literally, it's like, oh my God, has he offended you in some way? Did he do something to you? Did he threaten your life? Did he? I mean,
hey,
what's
like
the
I said,
problem?
Daniel, welcome around here. Like, hey, I shake them. Hey, what's goody, Daniel? Yeah, I love what you're doing. You know, I wish you nothing but the best. And for all I know, that man trying to go straight. For all I know, that's the other thing I'm saying. That like, yo, that dude might be trying to get out of. Oh, I don't believe that shit. That dude laundering money. But I ain't mad at that though. Like,
I don't believe that shit.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I can't sit here and say some shit I don't believe. Like, nah, that dude not going straight, bro. He trying to launder money. But still, like, it is what it is, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, it is what it is, bro. What the fuck can I do? You know, am I gonna stop watching boxing because it's criminals in boxing? Fuck no.
Do you want to see where I laundered my money in?
Go ahead.
Let me see if you can. Where am I? Can you see? This is why I laundered my money
right
in.
now. I got you right now. Let me see. Hold on. I got you right now.
Conflict. This is my little dingo. This is why I'm laundering my money in.
Real motherfucking shit out here,
you
B.
can't put the promo out there. You get me?
Look at that. Look at the wheels. Look at the spokes. Look at the spokes.
A little smart car, bro.
Tiny,
That's it.
That's
it.
You know what? You know what's wild? That shit is genius. Nobody would think twice.
Bro.
Promotion in there, and you do delivery and shit. That's how I launder my money.
I'm gonna be real. Like anybody that's doing anything illegal should own one of those because the cop is not gonna look at you, bro. Like really, you selling bricks of hair on so you could drive that shit?
You know what, Jules? It's so overt. It's covert.
I'm saying it's motherfucker never know. Like really, so you've been selling all these millions of dollars of coke and heroin so you could drive in that little motherfucker.
Now let me show you my proper big thing.
All right, let's see the joint. Okay, that's clean. Look at that. That's clean.
Right
there. Yeah, that's nice.
We see you, Sawab. We see
clean.
you.
You selling cocaine, Sawab? With that?
Like living big.
Everything,
man. Move them bricks. Move them, goddamn it.
Hey, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm being in the pizza boxes.
You know what I'm saying?
This is good.
Nah, but let's segue. Okay, so we talked about the Probellum stuff. I see that Edgar Berlanga is getting a lot of guff. And this what I'm gonna say. This what I'm gonna say. When you promote, like, yeah, you know, it's a lot of things that need attention. Like it goes without saying, because my main thing is the kid wasn't jabbing at, like, he really wasn't jabbing. Like he'll follow the guy and, you know, do all that shit. And he not throwing like really no jab, like not even 1-2, or just he gonna measure him with the lead hand, measure him, probe him. Like you not doing nothing. You just following him. And then he might Steve would throw some bullshit and y'all hold, or y'all, because they was both nervous of each other, is what I saw. That when Edgar would throw some shit, Steve didn't want to know, or Steve wasn't going to slip and hook or do no wild shit, no fly shit. But at the same time, when Edgar throws some shit, Steve ain't wanting, like, nah, I ain't with the shit. Nobody wanted to do nothing that whole fight. Nobody. They just, I'm gonna just follow you around and do this shit. Follow you around. Give you different looks.
Jules, I got a hot take. Could I add something?
Go ahead.
Gabe Rosado knocks him out. There, I said it.
Yeah.
I said it.
No, yeah. Like, look. Bektam Melikuziev is he knows how to deliver his power better than Edgar does, right? He knows how to deliver his power. Like, if, you know, when he wants to deliver a power shot, he knows how to set it up better than Edgar does. And you see what Gabe did to him. Like, yo, if you put something out there for me to use it, I'm going to use it, because Gabe is not no bitch. Like, nah, he ain't one of these guys that's going to come in here and lay down. That's why everybody like him, because it's like, yo, don't give him half a chance, because he'll turn a mountain into a molehill if you not on your shit. I say Gabe beats him. If it's next, Gabe beats him. If it were after next, Gabe beats him.
Because I recall somebody said, like, I forget who it was who was on here one time. They said if you underestimate Dylan White, you lose. Same thing with Gabe. If you look past him, you're gonna lose. He'll beat you.
Yeah, because he could like all that shit. Like, one, Gabe is a better boxer than Edgar, and I think now that everything is unfolding in front of us, we have a better idea. Because I was wondering, like, yo, if Edgar is just this brutality monster puncher, and I'm talking about a year and a half ago when everybody was still high on it. If you go to those videos, you're gonna hear me say it. Why aren't they trying to make Rosado versus Berlanga for the Puerto Rican championships of the East Coast? Like, Rosado from Philly, fucking Berlanga's a New Yorican. Do that shit in Madison Square Garden.
Oh, bro.
Right? Madison Square Garden, the big room, the week of the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Bro, that shit'd be lit. But now I think, right, that we know why they didn't do that. He not ready for Gabe, bro.
No.
He'll lose that fight.
I mean, like, what's funny is somebody posted on Twitter, like, y'all know how old Golovkin was when he knocked him out in 4 rounds?
37. The shit is wild. Golovkin was the age that Steve is now.
Honestly, Steve's a blown up middleweight. He's not even 160 pounder, 68 pounder.
But so now that we've seen, what we've seen, that we saw the Coceres fight. Coceres got stopped by Billy Joe motherfucking Saunders, who's a great boxer, but not a big puncher. He's not.
Not at all.
He's not. And Edgar couldn't stop him. Then we see the Steve Dinner Rolls. You couldn't stop Steve Dinner Rolls? Golovkin, and it's like, look, Golovkin is Golovkin. We got to give him his due that when they put him in there with a can, he crush it. He he crush it.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Jose.
¿Cómo estaba el commentary of the fight? Because I was in the fight actually. I went to see it live, and it was it was cool. It was type of cool.
Había mujeres. Yo sé que había mujeres.
No, manito, había lo que es un tro de tigre ahí con cadena y
no había mujer puertorriqueña.
No había muchas. No,
qué va. That defeats the whole purpose. Like, si yo veo que hay un concentration de boricua, like the Puerto Rican Day Parade, por ejemplo, yo voy para las mujeres, porque hay mujeres. But that sucks, bro. It was a sausage party.
Manito, mira, ahí lo que había dentro de tigre con cadena, tomando.
No, yo no tengo esa vaina.
That's why I'm trying to...
Vamos a hablar del comentario antes que yo lo pase a lío. Yo no oí el comentario porque yo lo estaba viendo con el volumen bajado, pero yo oí que Tim Bradley, this is what I heard after the fight, porque yo no lo estaba viendo con el comentario. I had the volume all the way down because I was live and I don't want to get hit with a copyright strike or anything like that. But I heard that Tim was going in.
Yeah, he was. I saw half that video. He lit his ass up, Jules. He really did. Yeah.
But did he deserve it though?
He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't wrong. I didn't have a problem with it, but he wasn't wrong.
All right, second. Go ahead, Jose.
Like, it just for like 1 second, real quick. Like, bro, like, honestly, Sayas, the kid Sayas was like way better than
ese muchacho.
Like, bro, like, cause mira una cosa, porque Sayas was fighting someone who actually had got talent. Like, the other kid was kind of slick, and
Pero es que eso se ve también. Hay tanta cosa que Xander Zayas does well. Like, he takes a half step, and it's a half step. It's not that he gonna go all the way back. It's a half step. That
he knows how to use his forearm, dude, like to make some space. Like, bro,
y los puños que tira, los puños que tira. Que cuando él vio que el tipo, all right, the dude got out of the way of the headshot, he dipped down. Whoop, here's an uppercut. Then when he get back up, here's a head punch. Then when you drop down, whoop, here's an uppercut. And I was like, yo, I love that fucking kid, dog.
Dude, ese chamaquito, porque ese morenito, it was like a stereotype of like Caleb Plant, to be honest. And
yeah.
He demolished him. Like, he broke him down. He caught up the ring real well. But Berlanga, man, you saw the jab?
Mira.
Yo, tú sabes lo que una peco sabe, like, he was trying to do that shit. Like, yo, like, that's a jab. Like, my friend, he's not a boxer. And he was right next to me. And he was like, yo, that's a jab? Like, is that a jab? Like,
let me say, look, porque yo no quiero ser malo. Yo no quiero ser malo y yo no quiero criticar por estar criticando. Yo no me puedo decir lo que yo vi en la pelea. Y yo lo que vi en la pelea, demasiados momentos calladitos, que el tipo no está haciendo nada, que por lo menos you don't have to commit to the jab. You don't have to throw it hard, but do something with that hand because you're not doing nothing. Like, tú sabes que alguna vez tú ves gente, they'll go like that to probe the guy, tocarlo, and then they'll bring over a right. Or you know what? Set up a good old 1-2, but not to land the 2. Maybe you hit him to the body after you throw the 2. You know what I mean?
Man, even people in the crowd were like, "They don't jab puñeta." Like,
Maning and stuff. That's like I'm not. And what I said in Spanish for those that didn't understand me is I'm not trying to criticize Edgar just to be criticizing him because I see that that's what a lot of people are doing. I'm just saying what I saw. And what I was thinking while I was watching the fight, that I'm like, yo, he's literally not doing nothing with the lead hand. He's not setting nothing, like nothing at all.
Jabs, though.
But eating jabs, because I seen Steve was jabbing. Steve would throw some bullshit out there. It won't really do a lot, pero le cogió la atención.
Live, esa pelea se veía like an amateur boxer against like a cornerback or something. Like, cause he looked huge, yo, like huge. Like, I couldn't believe how
he's big, bro. Ese muchacho es gordito para el 168. Y yo no voy a decir que el lío es que él tiene que ir para el 175 porque ellos se lo comen ahí arriba. Ellos se lo comen. De verdad. Imagínate ese tipo con David Morrell.
Bro, like, that kid can move like all the way up to heavyweight. Like, that dude is huge. He looks like a fucking baseball player. Tú sabes como those young prospects.
Steroided up, bro.
Sí.
With the big ass four. Blah.
Man, tú tienes primos que juegan pelota. Like, just big for no reason. Yeah, like.
Bro, that's him. Ese tipo come mango, yuca, longaniza, toda la vaina, ¿ves? That dude is mad big, B.
Bro, I have cousins that are 12 years old. They were like 6 feet and like with a six pack and shit, like with like 14, 15 years old. Like, así que yo lo veo a él.
Es que yo no sé lo que ellos van a hacer de verdad, y yo no lo digo por like I'm not trying to be fucked up.
No, porque no por ser malo, man.
But honestly, I don't know. I don't know what can, like, because I'm like, yo, dog, like how many fights does he have? Jay, how many fights he has?
19.
19. Let me see. This is the 19th fight. Yeah, 19th.
Bro, como Xander is only 19. You know what I mean? So you could forgive things. No, ese tipo, he's a prodigy.
He's dynamic. He's mad dynamic.
He shows a lot of things. Y el morenito ese de Brownsville, ese muchacho, mira, Bruce Carrington, Shushu. My God, yo, he just fucking.
He's a future superstar. I don't care what anybody says.
That's a fucking amazing shit, bro.
I'm higher on him than on Berlanga and on a lot of these guys. Like, I'm higher on him than a lot of guys.
Mira, everybody, menos Jahi Tucker, pero yo voy a decir que Jahi Tucker comenzó bien, and it was later on that he started like coming apart a little bit.
He got hurt though. He got hurt.
Pero si tú ves todos los muchachos que pelearon ayer, you look at all the kids, Armani
LeBron fue bueno.
LeBron estaba bueno, Zaya estaba bueno, Jahi Tucker in the beginning, él estaba bueno, y especially Bruce Carrington, que for me,
he was good. We forget sometimes their prospects. Like, he looked good.
No, he looked all right. Y Bowser, that he had the peroxide.
Él por mi casa, él pelea así, él se gata rápido.
No, pero everybody looked dope except the main event, bro. Literally, eso fue como que ya tú se lo vas a meter solo a la tipa and she got like chest hair. Like, hey, ¿qué está pasando? What the fuck going on here, yo? O que tú se lo vas a meter solo a la tipa y el culo le huele. Like, hey, what the fuck is going on here, bro? Like, hey,
and shit. Like,
you spend the whole time, you polying with the joint, you get it in crib, take a pic. The fuck, yo?
Es que lo que pasa es que ese chamaquito, he don't train. Like, he doesn't train. Like, you can tell. Like,
that has to be it.
Yeah, he don't train. Okay, porque mira lo que pasa. Tú ves cómo él estaba ahí. When you were live, like, back
I was live.
Guys, those guys that were like warming him up and shit. Like, he wasn't doing all of that. He was just like taking pictures, like acting like he was a rapper or some shit. Like, Es lo que pasa, como que ella está como en ese mundo, man.
Yo voy a decir esto. Lo que tiene que cambiar, and then I'm gonna pass it to Leo. Para mí lo que tiene
¿Quién
que
es el real
cambiar,
trainer?
no, de verdad, él no necesita Keiko Roma, ni Mickey Bay, ni Andre Rosier. Manda ese muchacho para Buddy McGirt, y si no, él va a ser un fracaso. Go ahead, Leo.
I will send him back to the G Leagues.
Go ahead, Leo.
I want to say something about Berlanga.
Hmm.
He fought last night in a 10-round fight.
Mm-hmm.
Berlanga is a 4-round fighter.
Yes.
It's a 4-rounder.
Yes.
You have to say
no, es la verdad.
You have to say. In that fight, if you saw the fight, was what he was trying to do, I cannot be that mad till the 5-6 round, because he was trying to catch this guy clean with one shot. He was trying to sleep and counter. He doesn't have it to do it like that, but he was trying. He's young. He can try some things, but after the 6th round, you have to be wary of. You are a professional fighter, and you have to be wary of yourself. You are in the main event of a card. You have to go for broke. If the shit you are trying is not working, you are big.
Yeah.
You're strong.
Facts.
You have to go and crown him, punch his guard, and he falls down.
Él no tiene, te voy a decir algo, él no tiene la mentalidad para ese clase de plan. Él no, like, he doesn't have the ring IQ para eso, ¿me entiendes? Porque ya se ve que cuando la pelea comenzó, ya se vio lo que él quiere hacer. Tú lo que quieres darle un trompón, one big punch to go home. Tú no aprendiste con Coceres, parece que tú no aprendiste que mira, that shit is not always gonna work, bro. Ya se ve el plan y lo que le molesta a él. Si el tipo se puede mover, fracaso. Nothing's gonna happen, because that's what Coceres and Steve Rose, that's what they have in common. They can move, you know what I mean? Y ya se ve, you already gave it away. That all the guy got to do to you is move a little bit, and the power, it don't even matter, because I do think Edgar could have knocked him out. I do think he's a strong puncher, but you got to be able to hit the guy with the power. If you can't hit him, then it don't mean nothing.
Yeah. And he was letting him off the hook too, though. I mean, he didn't make no adjustments. He just was doing his little thing, and that was it. And it was like, you know,
and that was a guy with 37-year-old legs, bro. That dude had 37-year-old legs, bro.
And you in the main event. I mean, come on, man. You know you can't look like that in the main event, man. I mean,
he promised fireworks, though.
They're spending. Para mí, mira, ya llegó la hora que pongan a Xander Zayas in the main event and put Berlanga on the prelim card, bro.
Yeah,
and I'm not even like, I don't mean that. I mean, like, yo, this is the solution. Take him back to fighting in 6-rounders. Stop promoting the hell out of him. Stop showing me pictures with Fat Joe y con Lou. Deja la vaina ya, que nada de eso es importante. If he can't box and he can't hit that next level, toda esa foto y toda esa promoción y todo ese dinero que tú estás gastando en cámara, that shit mean nothing, bro. You got people that, like, you worried about the wrong thing, and y'all spending money on the wrong thing. If he not gonna be who y'all want him to be, y'all need to stop spending that money. Put him higher up on the card, put him on the prelim card, and let him develop, because that's what he need to do. He's not developed. He ain't.
I mean, who discussed?
I will give Berlanga one more year. If he cannot improve in 1 year, feed him to one of the top guys.
Yeah.
That's
how did Berlanga sign the Top Rank anyway? Like, how did that whole situation?
No, look. This is the thing. I'm not gonna be fucked up to where I'm gonna just like shit all over. Well, I could, and I might. Yeah. But I'm gonna say that I understood in the beginning the knockout streak. But the thing, because if they putting guys in front of you and you keep knocking them out, it is gonna give off a certain air. But the powers that be, they knew what we were saying, that like you don't learn nothing knocking a guy out in the first round. Like, you don't learn nothing from that. Like, you literally don't learn nothing from that.
No, you don't.
Like, literally, like you know, like, bro, if he go in there and he stopped the guy in the first round, well, that's no rounds in the bank. You didn't have to make no adjustments. You didn't have to work on your jab or nothing.
Yeah,
if you knocked the guy out in the first round.
You didn't gain no experience whatsoever, so it's not going to help you in your next fight or two, because there's nothing that was there.
Country, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna put you on the spot, and I'm gonna ask you a question that might make you uncomfortable.
Go
Nico
for it.
Ali Walsh, Edgar Berlanga. Who wins the fight? Now, I need answers, country. I need answers, bro.
Okay. Well, I'd like to say that it would be Nico Ali Walsh by points given based off Berlanga's last performance, but if he happens to land flush, it's good night on Nico Ali.
Let me say, can I say that I actually, and I'm not saying this to be funny, by the way, I'm being serious. I have seen more improvement from Nico Ali Walsh from his first fight to now than I've seen from Berlanga. And I'm not even playing. Literally.
I actually agree. I agree.
So all right,
is Nico Ali Walsh in the same weight class as him? Are they the same?
I think Nico is at 60, but he's a big 60. You could see that they're like he's a big 60, like he could go to 68. And look, if 37-year-old Steve Rose could hear the final bell, why can't Nico? He does. You know who his grandfather is?
Yeah, hello. Had one of the best chins in the sport. Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you know this, but it just so happens that Muhammad Ali is his grandfather, bro. I found that out yesterday.
But serious question for Jules. Yeah. Jules' question for serious question for Jules. What happened? Did Berlanga stock take a nosedive last night, or do you think he'll be all right?
Of course. Like, I think, look, the smartest thing that his manager and his promoter, which is Top Rank, honest to God, this is what I think. They need to take a page out of what Matchroom did with Campbell Hatton after that really bad fight. You got to put him higher up on the card. Stop putting so much attention on him because he literally is not developing, right? Like, literally, he's not developing. So you need to take the limelight away and get him back to the drawing board. They lucky that he still got an O. You know what I mean? If it's really your intention to turn him into something, y'all got to slow down, change his corner situation, because whatever corner he
gym and get serious.
Not just like, yo, you got to get him a new corner. Why? Whatever's going on in his corner right now, it ain't fucking working. So he needs something. He needs something new.
I mean, right. But I felt though, you know what? I think it's probably going to be a disaster with him going forward. You know why? Because Jules touched on something important, and I said it last night as well. Like Berlanga has no IQ now. Most fighters are already born like having that in them. Like, that's something that's not necessarily could be learned, but most fighters already have that inside them. Like young guys like Ennis, Ortiz, they got IQ.
Mm-hmm.
Like and I mean, so if Edgar doesn't have that now, I don't see him really learning that later.
No. You're right about that, because there's instinct. There is instinct. Yes. You look at like what I see with Edgar is you don't have the gas tank. Like you literally don't have the cardio to be a volume guy, but you don't have the ring savvy to be a pure boxer. It kind of looks like you want to be a boxer puncher, but you don't have the skills to be that. So when I see him, right, I don't see nothing. Like when I look at Virgil, I know what I see. What could become a very high-level pressure fighter. When I look at Ennis, that could be a high-level boxer puncher. Same, more or less the same with Conor Benn, because he sets up his punches, and that's what tells me, okay, this is a boxer puncher, because he's not just winging shots, he's setting them up, and he's either capitalizing or creating opportunities with what he's throwing. That's what tell me what he's trying to be. When I see that Edgar is following this guy, and he not even using his lead hand for nothing, but he getting hit with jabs, but he not using his own, like he literally not using his hand for nothing. I'm like, bro, I don't know what the fuck you are, bro. Like, I don't know what you are.
I mean, seriously, if that was me, like, let's just say I'm stalking somebody, right? And I know I can punch and knock people out like Edgar. I'm a big puncher. I'm stalking a guy, and he's like, and like I'm not necessarily using my jab, but he's hitting me, and it's not having an effect. My mind is gonna, eventually get to the point where, okay, I'm getting tired of getting hit by this guy. Guess what? That's not going to happen anymore. I'm closing the show.
You got that. I mean, at least, and this is why I say he doesn't have ring savvy, because, he has to know he has power, though, or at least he has to believe that he can hurt the man opposite the ring. He has to try to. So if you have that kind of power and you know who you're fighting, you know that he's been stopped before, you gotta at least be approaching the fight with the belief that, okay, I gotta land clean on this guy. But he didn't let his hands go. It was always 1 or 2 punches at a time, nothing more. No combinations, just 1 or 2 punches at a time, over and over on repeat. So I'm like, I don't know what they're gonna do with him.
I think Berlanga is too mentally stuck in the way he fights that he's in so deep he can't get out of it, even if they're telling him to do differently.
I don't know, man. Like I said, like when I see that, I was literally thinking, like, yo, I don't know where they go from here. They have to be willing to go back to the beginning, because I think that's how bad it is. They're like, yeah, y'all need to go back to the beginning with him. Y'all need to go back to the beginning. Like, I don't want to be fucked up. I'm not saying it to be fucked up. It's just y'all focusing on this. Oh, he the next. No, he ain't gonna be the next. Nothing if y'all don't go back to the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, because like what makes a great fighter is like, because like I know like he had like everybody wants to blame like he had 3 people in the corner, but I'm not gonna put that on those 3 trainers of his or that was talking to him. Like the fighter themselves should at least know what to do when something's not working.
They had Mickey Bay, Andre Rozier, K. Karoma. They had a fucking Tesla charger station in the corner. They had everything in the corner for this dude, bro. Like they had everything, like bro, like that shit is not doing it, bro. You gotta go back to the beginning. Otherwise, I don't know where you go from. He not ready for the next step.
No,
you know, like
no,
a step
not now.
He not ready for a step up from like he not ready for a better guy, right? Than a Rose. No, you look like you wasn't even ready for Rose, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, because he's coming off 2 back-to-back, like, you know, just like what the hell fights, because like the Coceres fight, he got dropped. Yeah, mediocre. He got dropped in the Coceres fight. Now you went the distance with a 37-year-old blown up middleweight.
Yeah.
No, actually,
I have to say this.
Hold on, one at a time. Go ahead, Leo, and then go Jose. Go.
You have to learn to shut the fuck up.
True.
¿Qué es esa mierda de después decir, oh, he was fighting Scare, Steve Rolls was fighting Scare?
Mierda.
The fuck?
Pero también
Espera,
Leo, pero también se sabe que él tenía vergüenza. Eso fue lo que, like, if he's saying that, si él dijo eso después de la pelea, eso fue la vergüenza que él tiene, que toda esta gente, toda esta bandera puertorriqueña aquí, so you could put on that fucking fight, bro. Those people had to be pissed, man. Come on. Eso fue la vergüenza that made him say that, que like, yo, you know you embarrassed, bro. It's all right, but go back to the beginning and you could fix it, like real rap. Like, that's not even cap. That's not being fucked up. That's legit. That's the advice that I would give him if I was his manager or something. Like, yo, listen, man, we got to chill out with this celebrity shit and this chain shit. You could keep getting fancy haircuts, because I heard he spent like $100 on a haircut. Like, I don't even know why you would do that.
Damn. Shit.
Literally, that was the thing. They was talking about how he get like $150 haircuts. I don't know what the fuck they doing to him that he get $150 haircut, but whatever. Eso fue lo que yo oí, de que el recorte del 150 tablas.
He's almost like borderline regressing. Almost, he's just at that point where he's just not developing. And it's sad.
Like, he has to go, and the only thing you could do in a situation like that, you go back to the drawing board, you put your pride aside, and you go back to the beginning, because if you can't get it right, you're not ready for the next step. We see that. They tried to get you. Look, Steve Rolls is a step down from a Coceres. He's a step down.
It is.
If you can't put him away, or even just like, you ain't got to put him away. Like, let's say, look, Xander didn't knock the guy out there. He fought, but he controlled that fucking fight. He was in control. Berlanga wasn't in control of that fight, bro.
Jules, he didn't even get a knockdown.
Yes.
And he should have.
I'm saying, yo, and I ain't one of these guys that, I'm gonna just pile on and be fucked up just to be fucked up. Like, nah, I ain't like that. Like, I would say, if I was his manager or his promoter, I would tell him, listen, look, we're gonna pump the brakes on the promotion. We're gonna let you develop behind the scenes, because you need to. We don't need to keep spending however much money it costs to do a feature about how your father was up there sing. Like, bro, all that shit costs money. When we do a feature about how your daddy got locked up, that shit costs money at the budget. When we got cameras on you and shit like that, that costs money at the budget. So what we gonna do is we gonna take the cameras away, and we gonna take you back down to 6 and 8 rounders, and we're gonna let you develop, and you're gonna do that. You're gonna do that for a year and a half. And when we come back, you better be better than the last time. That's what I would do.
I mean, like, honestly, that's the type of fight that turns off casuals.
Oh, tú eres malo, Gunner. ¿Por qué tú tienes que decir eso, man? Yo no dije nada malo de ti. ¿Por qué tú tienes que decir eso, man? No sea así.
See, but
Dennis,
unfortunately, our sport is ruled by casuals too. You know that they're like the majority of the damn audience these days.
Well, I mean, they wanted a knockout last night, and so did we.
well, it's more that, look, you know, that like major fights where you have two elite level fighters, at least seasoned boxing fans know that, you know, a knockout might not happen, right? And we cool with that. But when you got Edgar fighting a 37-year-old, right, that has been stopped before, by the way. He has, though. He like, he ain't kept. He has been stopped before. You figure like, yo, this dude is young. The promotion is behind him. There's an expectation that, like, yeah, you a big, strong kid, bro. You in your prime. You big as shit. You don't even look like a super middleweight. You look like a light heavyweight, being real. So it's like, yo, dude, yeah, we gonna expect you to get that knockout, bro. And if you can't do that, they need to stop talking about, oh, you the next. No, you not the next nothing, B. You gonna get knocked out if you don't go back to the beginning. You're gonna get knocked out. That's what's gonna happen.
I fear it's coming. It's coming sooner rather than later. That's what I fear.
I need Nico Ali Walsh versus Edgar Berlanga inside a volcano in front of 30,000 penguins.
Why the hell not? Why the hell not?
You crazy, dude.
Referee gonna be a giraffe. All right, I need that. Dennis says, thanks for Blair corn on the log, Cobb info. Aaron crafty enough to feed Berlanga without team realizing he's seen enough. Eddie needs to feed Haney to Montana love. I kind of agree with that, being real with you. I do kind of agree with that, Dennis, that if we can't, you know, because the situation is what it is with Haney, and the promoter's job is to promote as best as he can, but what it's not is like a charity, you know, that like, look, I can only do so much for you. Yeah, and at some point, like honestly, it's like at some point I'm losing by, you know, doing what I'm doing for you. Like at some point I start losing. So you got to be willing to take risks the same way that I take risks with you, doing shows for you and getting you opponents. Now you got to take a risk for me, because what we've been doing ain't working. If Loma leaves the war and he end up with the Kambosos fight, what the fuck am I going to do, bro? What I'm going to do? What fight is out there for you? You know, and what, I got to pay for that? You know what I mean? It's one of those. And look, that's not exclusive to any one fighter. That's a situation that happens.
That's a general rule, man.
Yeah, like because what the fans don't want to understand is that, yo, the people that's paying for the fights and paying for the camera people and all of that ain't shit free. All of that got to get paid for. When they do a feature about Edgar Berlanga's haircut or what kind of chain he bought on Broadway, all that shit costs money. That shit, them cameras ain't free. The people holding them cameras ain't free. All that, like, we can't just be spending money for the sake of spending money. Like, nah, like something got to give, yo. So I need Edgar Berlanga versus Nico Ali Walsh on top of Mount Everest in front of 30,000 llamas. 30,000 llamas. Real shit. 30,000 llamas.
They need to put that shit on Jupiter. That's where it should be at.
Honestly, yeah, with no helmets. With no fucking helmets, yo. Like, fuck that. Breathe in all that shit. What is that? I don't know what it is. Breathe it. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know what's on Jupiter. Breathe that shit. Do the fight in a great spot. It's gonna be Elon Musk and 30,000 field mice in front of 30,000 field mice on Jupiter inside of the great spot.
They should do it in Wakanda. I heard Wakanda's great this time of year.
Now Wakanda don't sanction fights, bro. They don't sanction fights.
Shit, damn.
Yeah, they don't sanction fights. But real shit, yo, like something at some point, yeah, something has to give, because a lot of the bleeding hearts, and I said this, you guys will know that I said this in reference to the Teofimo Lopez situation with Top Rank, that look, you wanted big money for what is not a big fight. And what the casuals don't want to understand is the development of Teofimo Lopez has been on Top Rank's dollar. Who the fuck do you think is paying to do the fight? They are. So at some point, like, yeah, we taking a risk on you when we spend money on you. That's the way that works. That the promoter's spending money to do shows for you, to have you on call. All of that shit costs money. So all that shit costs money. So at some point, if it ain't working out, it's just like, yo, like, all right, go do your thing then, bro. But I ain't just here to be spending money to be spending and fucking off money. Like, nah, you wildin'. It's real shit, yo. All of my dad was in prison featurettes. That's a year's salary for a garbage man. You know what I mean? Every time they show that featurette, like, that's probably like $30,000, $40,000 or whatever. Camera crew got to hear the father say the same old, yeah, man, I was in D Block. Yeah, man, I shanked like 3P. Like, all right, bro, that's $30,000 or whatever it costs to do that fucking featurette. We could have shot that shit with a phone for all that shit. Put it up
I'm like,
on YouTube.
we saw this shit 10 times already. Just show the fucking fight.
Yeah, like I could have shot that bullshit with a phone. We don't need 4 HD or whatever that. We don't need that. We could do this in 730p with a phone and put it on.
Yo, dude.
Go ahead, bro.
Yo, just like that, this is something that just came up to my mind right now. Like, because the thing is, like, you're right. They need to, basically just send them back to the G leagues, like, for 4, 6, even if they can't send them back to the fucking amateurs. But
Yeah.
like another thing that they can do is just catch them out, like placing this little theory, because no, pero espérate, like I mean, I probably going like a little bit too far, but just something that just came up to my mind. But since Triple G is moving up, they can just like stay busy fight with him, and since he's like a tanta mierda que hablan de él, they raise Triple G's profile after the Murata fight, and that's like a stay busy on 168, and then they got the Canelo fight at 168.
Bueno, the
Es un
alternative.
disparate, pero I just thought about it.
No, es posible. If Triple G was gonna be free, then I would say, yeah, that's a logical way to go, because you could turn over a profit. At least you can get back. You can get back some of the money that you've already spent promoting Berlanga, cashing him out. Because that's like that's the way it is. Like, yeah, like I've been promoting you for this amount of time, and I spent X amount of dollars. So if I want to get it back, all the time. Bang. If I want to get it, if I want to get it back, then no. But that's how I know I'm about to say some shit. That shit go. I know I'm about to say some shit. For you to get back the money and the time that you have already invested in him, yeah, cash him out. The thing is, they don't have nobody unless they want to cash him out to Nico Ali Walsh, like the son of Ali versus the son of inmate number 35 or whatever. If it's me, that's what I would do. Like, yeah, Berlanga versus Nico Ali Walsh in Alaska in front of fucking 50,000 seals on the ice shelf.
On the top of an igloo.
The title they should give. The title they should give it is Battle of the Future with 4 question marks.
On top of the biggest man-made igloo the planet has ever seen, and whoever fall off that shit, you just gonna freeze in the water, bro. That's that kind of show. Like, but real shit. Look, think about it this way: they don't have nobody at this time to cash him out to, unless they got a prospect that we don't know about, because sometimes that happens too. Unless they got a guy at or around 160 to 168 that it'll mean something if they beat Berlanga, right? Why cash him out? It might actually be more cost feasible to continue to try to develop him, but stop spending so much money promoting him. Take him back to like, nah, bro, like we gotta slow down.
Andrade.
Andrade está con Matchroom. What's the point? You know what I mean?
No,
like,
but Top Rank, they don't mind doing those crossovers. It's only full PVC, like it's the hard shit.
I guess, but
like
por eso,
all the other promoters, they will be fine just crossing over just PVC if you actually think about it.
No, eso es la verdad. Pero es que when we say cash him out, ¿verdad? There's no cash So cash, bro. Like, is that
No, but
that's
you're just feeding to someone, you know what I mean? Not necessarily catching.
no, porque después es un desperdicio. Like, no, eso es como botando comida. Like, no, we're
No,
not gonna
porque
do
mira,
that.
like for Triple G stance would be like he beat Murata and then like an old fighter and then he beat a coming up fighter or some shit. So that's a little bit of pop him up to like a Canelo fight.
Mira, de
Porque ellos
verdad,
necesitan hacer cuarto para ese contrato que le hicieron con The
yo,
Zone.
yo, yo voy a decir esto, que este es el fracaso que yo estoy viendo. There's a Canadian kid, you guys know him, Ryan Rositsky. My honest opinion, and I just saw a couple of highlights from his last fight. My honest opinion, and no, I'm not capping, I'm not joking, it's not for comedic value. He is by far and wide a better prospect than Edgar Berlanga, and he puts up a more entertaining fight. The way he beat the shit out of the kid that he fought this weekend, it's made for TV, bro. He don't stop throwing punches. He one of them guys that you either gonna have to knock me out or I'm gonna knock you out. That's how he fight. Like, nah, I'm gonna be in front of you. I'm gonna throw. I'm gonna take chances. I like, yo, the way he fought Rivas, I was like, what if this was some Otto Verleen shit? You know what I mean? Like where Otto, he looked all right with Fury, but then every other fight, you look the same as you look any other time. I seen how he beat the shit out this kid. I just looked at it because I'm gonna do a thing on it tomorrow. I was like, nah, man, this kid is money, man. Like they should get that kid, yo, because por gastando dinero en Edgar Berlanga, y tú sabes, nah, man, fuck that shit. Get fucking Ryan Rositsky, bro. He will not disappoint. He won't. That kid is.
Okay, but Julius, what happens to Berlanga if he moves to 175?
Lo matan.
But who?
Nothing good.
Who?
Nothing good.
Bro, Isaac, listen, espera un momento. Isaac Chilemba. Who is? Oh, that's country.
Hey,
Isaac.
Jules, look at the picture. It's a picture. I think it's a picture of Rolly's mom.
Bro, that's not his mom. That's his mom.
No, man,
No
it's
way.
it looked like him.
I was about to say, bro.
Yo.
She looked just like it.
Yo.
No way.
Let me say this though. Let me say this. For like if you take Rolly, let's say you say, okay, maybe it's a weight issue. Let's send him up to 75. Isaac Chilemba will beat this guy, bro. Fang Long Meng will beat this guy. Like not even the best of the best. Like they'll beat him, bro. They'll beat him. John Pascal's like 50. He'll beat him.
Yep.
They'll beat him. I can't think of nobody in the top 15, 20 that he could beat at light heavyweight. Nobody. So nah, you can't send him unless you want him to get beat, then it's something different. But nah, man, like he has
By the way,
go.
Jules, I got about somebody just popped in my mind. I know this fight won't happen. What do you think about Beck? Him and Beck.
Beck could kill him.
Yep, my thoughts exactly. I think so.
Beck, like look, he don't look like not to just big up Gabe, because not no charity shit. Gabe know how to box, bro. He has a good jab. He knows what the fuck he's doing. Like he does. Not everybody gonna go in there and do that to Beck. Being real, like not everybody gonna do that. If you put him in Beck and it's Beck will stop him. He'll stop him. So and what is and the other thing is, okay, let's say, all right, we're gonna feed him the Beck. What do we get out of feeding him the Beck? What do we get?
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
Because Beck's not a big name, so like he's got like 8-9 fights now too. So
yeah, like and in other words, when you say cash him out, yeah, cash him out, but there has to be fucking cash. You know what I mean? Like there has to be some cash though. Like
I was saying in specific, like cash him out the Beck. I was just curious, like how like we thought the fight between them two.
Oh no, you knew the answer to that before you asked me. Like,
I did. I just wanted to hear it. I just wanted to hear it.
Like, come on, be like based on that shit yesterday. Now Beck was fighting yesterday. He stopped the dude with a body shot.
Oh yeah, that shit was brutal, and that was at light heavyweight. He moved up for that fight, I believe. That was a light heavyweight contest. That was what they said. So I'm wondering if is he going up?
Liam says, get some love for the Aussie abroad this weekend. Zoo on a big stage. Joe Goodall on the undercard and Bridges with the world title shot. Yeah, man. My favorite Australians is going to be in action. I'm back in Ebony.
Oh, that's this weekend?
Tim fighting. Yeah, that's going to be this weekend. Tim fighting Terrell Gausha. Did you see Terrell Gausha that fought Lara? Terrell Gausha that fought Lubricant? That guy. The guy that stunned, he stunned Lubricant. Very quickly he stunned him. He recovered and won the fight. But that guy, that's who Tim is fighting. And you know, country, we talked about this, that he, you know, it's in Minneapolis. That's where they robbed Mikhail Fox. Yeah. Tim has to knock the guy out.
Yeah, I agree.
He has
too early to get a prediction. Too early to get a prediction from you.
I want to look at Gausha one more time to see what his habits are. I want to see what his, because I rarely watch Terrell Gausha fight. Honestly, when I see Terrell Gausha name associated with a fight, I don't watch it because it's no, I'm not playing. Ever since I watched him with Lara and that snooze fight, I'm like, I don't need this in my life, bro. I'm old.
I mean, what's funny is like when they announced like his fight with Mr. Jiffy Lube as a headliner, I'm like, who do I know these guys? Or Lubricant sounds familiar, but who are these dudes?
Like, and really the Lubin fight wasn't like entertaining. Like I saw that fight, it wasn't it wasn't nothing memorable about it, which is why
it wasn't.
I saw it and I forgot everything that I saw. But the danger is that Terrell Gausha is not Takeshi Inoue. He's not going to make himself available to you. He could be a spoiler, in other words. So Tim, this is preliminary, but Tim has to bring the fight to him because Terrell Gausha is not going to keep coming after you like Dennis Hogan. He's not going to do that. He's not going to keep coming after you like Takeshi Inoue. He's not messed up because, you know, I give Tim credit for everything he's done, but let's be honest, Jeff sounded like he had fucking COVID. Like he literally sounded after the fight when they did the post-fight interview, the man literally didn't have a voice. So either he had COVID or laryngitis, but something went because the dude didn't have a voice. All right. You fighting a guy who's going to stay behind his jab and box and punch. He is not going to make himself available to you, which means the pressure has to come from you. You got to be front foot heavy. And you don't want this to go to the cards in Minneapolis. Terrell Gausha is the house fighter. He's the PBC guy. You're the away fighter. I don't even know why Tim agreed to this. Why did they agree to this?
I applaud the move. It's risky. It's ballsy. I'll give him that. It's
you
ballsy.
Think they give a fuck about robbing Tim?
Hell no.
They didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck about calling Clayton versus Lipinets a draw. They didn't give a fuck. And that wasn't a draw. Clayton won the fight.
I give him props though. It's a ballsy move.
This is what I see, bro. Clayton versus Lipinets was billed as an IBF eliminator. Strategically, I believe they chose to do the fight. Why? Because at least if we do the fight, we control the board. And that is exactly what I think is happening here. This is Tim Tszyu's title shot. All right? It's already his title shot. He's not fighting for a title shot. He's defending it. And I believe what they want to do is take that from him so that the shot goes to Gausha so that, you know, if and when a winner is determined, hey, we control the board. It's our fighter that got the shot. You can't fuck with us if you ain't got the shot. Right now, Tim has a little bit of leverage because whatever's whatever, I am owed a shot at the WBO title. If we take that shot from you, we play with these cards, well, now you have no leverage. We do what we want in this division. This is our division. You know what I mean? That's what I think is going on.
Shit, Jules, read the super chat.
I'd rather watch 97 Batman and Robin than Berlanga. Listen, man.
Oh, that's bad.
Listen, man. I'd rather watch Val Kilmer Batman than Berlanga. That's saying a lot. George Clooney Batman than Berlanga.
Oh.
Awful.
Bad. Just bad. Just god awful.
I'm telling you, like, go ahead, Leo.
Julius, did you see something about Mark's life. How he called Blair the Fly Cops.
Nah, what
Cop
he said.
salad.
What he
Cop
said.
salad.
Wait, what?
Yo, listen, man. The funniest shit about watching Blair get his ass kicked is, remember what Bernard Hopkins said, that the reason he rocked the baldy is because it makes it harder for the judges to see when he getting hit, because it ain't nothing moving. The Lemieux fight, like Lemieux got that fucked up haircut, bro. Every time, even if he block a jab, even if he like let's say the hair's still moving, so it looked like you getting hit. So for him to be getting hit with them big ass left and his whole shit jostling, I was like, yo, this is so bad. Like, he probably ain't even getting hit that hard, but it looked that way because the way the shit looked, like, yo, he getting his ass beat. And I'm like, yo, I don't know why he ain't braided up. Like, yo, braid it up, bro, because when you get hit, there's no way to hide it. They going to see that, like, yeah, his head got snapped back. And them left hands, they wasn't little. Those was big left hands he was eating. It's like, bro, you got the shit beat out of you, bro.
Fellas, this is the guy who wanted to fight Boots. Just imagine what Boots would have done to him.
Bro, Boots would have sent. Bro, Boots would have hit that motherfucker so hard he would have ended up in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Like, ended up in the parking lot.
Have you seen footage of a palm tree in a hurricane?
Bro, that's exactly.
Oh.
But listen, that's the peril. That's the peril. See, that's why you gotta listen to your old heads, like your Bernard Hopkins. You gotta listen to your old heads, because it was that was a jewel that I think a lot of people overlooked. They're like, nah, he not being funny. Yeah, if you got a fucked up haircut like Lemieux, every time you get touched, the judge is gonna see it. You can't hide it, and you can't play it off, because the fucking hair is moving. Every time Golovkin touched that man with a jab, flying, all type of shit going on top of his head. That was yesterday with Blair. Like, yo, every time he touched you, everything moving.
Bro,
Like,
even Lemieux was getting hit by air, and the shit was moving.
Bro, even if he try to move a little bit, the hair moving. I'm like, yo, I don't know why you got that haircut, bro. Do you want to lose? Like, but he got the shit. But even haircut, even if Lemieux would have rocked the baldy, that ass whooping would have been the same.
Jules, you get the people with your statements. One of the dudes in the comments said, "Damn, he's gonna get a haircut."
Yo, I'm telling you, Oscar, de verdad. O si tú tienes mucho cabello, por lo menos, yo, tie it up in a ponytail or braid it up, because the problem is every time, like, let's say you high guard and the jab is landing here. If the hair moving, the fucking judge is gonna think you got hit. They go like, yo, his hair moving. He got hit. You know what I'm saying? He got hit, yo. His hair moving. Real shit. Blair got in there with the 90s Maxwell hair. Dude got, yo, the shit is Blair's one of the fighters. He reminds me of Keith Thurman. He reminds me of Keith Thurman in this way, right? And not the hair shit. The shit that Keith Thurman, the way I feel Keith Thurman fooled a lot of boxing fans into thinking that he was better than he was, is there's things that he does that didn't really seem like they had a purpose, like movement for the sake, like, you doing all this shit. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? And Blair reminded me of that. They're like, yo, you be moving, but it don't really be about shit. You know what I mean? Like right now you fighting with your hands low because you could get away with that. And it looked good with these kinds of guys. But really, you shouldn't be fighting with your hands that low because you're not that fast. We know you're not that fast because Cervantes dropped you in the first round in 2019. I never forgot. I'm like, see, this dude, he vulnerable. He think that he's so quick that he could fight with his hands low. And he think his feet so fast that, oh, I'm going to get out the way anyway, so I don't got to cover up. Your guard, it's like, yo, you look wild to me. In the exchange, his hooks is really wide. Like, nah, all the motherfucker got to do is move a little bit, and he'll catch you with a little short one, and you going to get caught. And that's what, when they was trading Fucking Cobbs' shit is so wide you could fit this fucking couch in between his punches. You could fit his couch right. Like, yo, why is your hook so wide?
Blair looked like a member of the Hair Bear Bunch, man.
Real shit, yo.
I mean, but fellas, you know what he is? I mean, like, you know, he's pretty much Keith Thurman minus the everything.
Yes, he's family. He is Family Dollar Keith Thurman. When in the eighth round when he got dropped, he literally ducked into the punch that dropped him. My God, that was the funniest knockdown. That was the funniest knockdown of 2022.
That's
the way he got caught like this, like and went right there.
Looking like a fucking cartoon of him.
No, and the way he dropped, like he man hard. I was like, yo, this is
bro. That shit is a meme on Twitter, man. Like they got that on repeat, dude. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, look, you know, it's the biz. At the same time, it's like I'm not gonna ask Blair Cobbs to forgive what he said because I actually agree with everything, regardless of what happened to Blair. Right, 2 + 2 is 4, regardless of who tell you. And what he said about Spence is true, regardless of him getting his ass whooped, regardless of any of that. What he said about you is true, and that's why you got mad because he wasn't even talking about himself. He wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about you and Crawford. That's what he's talking. He ain't say I'm gonna whoop your ass. He said, "Yo, you didn't want to fight Crawford."
Yep. That's it. That's true. We know that. I agree with every word he said.
He did tell the truth for sure.
He told the truth. So when Spence come out, it's like, yeah, of course you gonna come out and pop shit because you didn't like that. But what he said though was he saying, "Oh, I'm gonna whoop you." No, he didn't say Blair Cobbs is gonna whoop your ass. He said you put off that fight, and you already admitted that you did that. You just don't like that he said it, but he wasn't lying though. So let's not, you know. Not nobody on the panel doing it, but I'm saying that just because he got his ass whooped, don't mean what he said ain't true. Like, nah, what he said was true though. You've been
like that because I was ringing that last video you did about Earl, like how he was pretty much mumbling and saying that he wants the belts. Yeah, I mean, okay, like I watched that. I'm like, okay, at this point, who are you trying to convince? Us or yourself?
Must be because I don't believe him.
You know what's funny at the end of the fight when he was punching the ref in his stomach?
Oh my God! Man, he was literally doing this shit to the ref. I'm like, yo, that was the craziest. Yo, if he would have dropped the ref,
it had no effect on the ref, man. That's what was even
y'all go back and watch that shit when the ref jumped in. He literally like this to the ref.
Yo, that reminded fellas. That reminded me of this crazy ass knockout I saw. Like a guy got knocked out cold, right, and he just falls on the canvas. He's literally punching air.
I seen that. Seen that. The dude was like that. But the funny shit would have been
that Simon Brown when he got knocked out. He was jabbing while he was laid
face
out on
up.
the mat.
He was like that.
That's him.
That was Simon Brown, man. He got knocked out.
Son, the funny shit would have been if the ref would have dropped. That would have been the greatest shit. If he would have just to the ref. That'd have been total fucking K. Like, motherfucking snipers would have had to take Cobbs out. Like, nah, man, chill.
I got him in the hair.
Yo, that'd have been a wild scene. Snipers on the top of the shit. Like, Blair, don't do it. Bang! Shit is wild, B. That'd have been
yo, fellas. Real quick, shout out to JB Boxing on Twitter. He posted an interesting question. I just want to get y'all takes on it. Who has a tougher fight coming forward? David Benavidez, Jamal Charlo, or Demetrius Andrade?
Jamal Charlo.
Yeah, Charlo.
There's if Sulieski, and I don't know. I have to look up what he's been doing because I literally don't know. I don't follow him like that.
Yeah. The last time he fought was August in 2020.
If he still has that one too, because what I remember from the Jacobs fight and Andre dominated him better than Jacobs, to be honest, and most people forget that Andre actually did a lot better against Sulieski than Jacobs did. But I remember from the Jacobs fight that he actually had speed and good straight punches. He did have speed. Like, it was a quick 1-2. So because he's not a guy that stands in front of guys or goes after guys, That's like, yeah, I could see it. I could see that being tougher than dealing with David. David is a pressure guy, bro. He's gonna come forward, which makes David's job that much easier. To like, I don't gotta find you. You gonna come to me. That's what you do. Imagine David.
The mutual, his chin is suspect. He's
been suspect since the fucking
just
Rubio.
imagine what it is. Yeah, just imagine what it is now.
Since the Rubio fight, bro. Like this shit
right.
been suspect. Like that's why if we're gonna say okay, like at the same time, I haven't given Zach Parker a look. I need to give him a look because I honestly haven't given him a look.
Yeah.
But out of just Lemieux versus Benavidez versus Charlo and Suliecki, I would say Suliecki is more difficult, trickier than Lemieux. Lemieux, you know what he's gonna do. I'll be yo. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Oh, I know what you're about to say.
If David don't fucking finish this guy in under 6 rounds, I'm swear to like, bro, there's no reason for this. And it's late. And Berlanga just did. Don't do this. Like, don't do this.
Wait, 1 second. Hold on. I know a fight that you could watch by Zach Parker. I'll find out the guy's name, but he had a fight early on in his career that was very. This should go off at the right time. But Zach Parker, he had a fight early on in his career that's argued that he lost that fight and was given a gift. So you could probably check that out and see what you thought. I can shoot it to you. I can shoot
what I like to do is watch the kind of fight that I look for is the kind of fight where the fighter fought the fight that they wanted to fight. So I could see what their tendencies are. So like if the guy lost, I don't want to look at the worst version of the guy. I want to look at I want to look at the best version of the guy because that's likely the version that wants to show up. So I'm gonna look him up. There's plenty of time to look him up. But with Suliecki, Jacob Sims says Jules Suliecki's last fight was an 8-rounder against the 17-16-1 Tomato King.
Oh Jesus!
Ouch.
Bro.
Ouch.
That's bad.
Bro, who seen Descent with the girls when they went down to the cave? And it was
I tried. I turned it off. I got scared.
That's what but Suliecki looked like them things. He looked like them things. I'm gonna show y'all right now.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna show y'all right now. And y'all going see, he looked just like them shits.
Don't do it, Joe.
No, I'm gonna show y'all that he literally looked just like them shits. Yo, oh God. This is exactly what he looked like. Hold on.
Oh no.
Hold on. Wait. Let me do this shit.
Crazy, man.
Hold on.
Oh.
All right, wait. Let me do this shit.
See the monsters, they don't want it. See, that's why.
That's what he look like, bro.
Oh.
Yo, on some real shit. I'm about to do the side by side so y'all can really see that he looked just like that shit.
Oh.
Bro, Macias, that's what he looked like. Like he just been sitting in a hole in Poland under the ground, not listening to shit.
You know what? I like his odds. I like his odds against Charlo now.
I think he could give. I think comparatively, he could give Charlo a better fight than Benavidez than Lemieux could give Benavidez. I think that.
I can see him not knocking him out. I see it going the distance. If I'm being honest,
bro, if he don't knock this dude out, I'm at the same time. You know what? I'm gonna be fair. Danny didn't knock him out.
He hasn't been stopped.
He's never been stopped. So I'm gonna give him that.
And if Jamal was the first one to do it, well, I guess that is somewhat impressive. But then again,
not impressive, but it's like, all right.
It's okay. I whatever. But
all right, let me do this side by side so y'all get the full breath of this shit. The full breath.
I have a question. David Lemieux can't even reach Benavidez' face because that
oh my Jesus!
I told y'all. Oh my God! I fucking told y'all he looked just like that shit. I fucking told y'all he literally looked like that shit.
Oh my! Oh Oh,
Bro, look, he don't look like that shit. The only thing he don't got is the pussy nose. Cause that shit nose look like a pussy a little bit.
oh
And he
shit.
ain't got no pointed ears, but other than that,
Oh man.
Told ya he
That's-
look just like that shit.
That's a dead ringer. That's a dead ringer. I ain't gonna lie. Oh damn, that's wrong.
Bro, he's nice. He's got the pussy nose.
Oh, we all going to hell.
We are, bro.
we've been
We
going
are.
there a long time ago, man.
But that shit ain't start the day though. That shit ain't start the day.
Nope.
Nah.
That
Nope.
started a long time ago.
But what I'm gonna say is, yeah, like if he's, I don't know if he, I honestly don't know if he is gonna stop the guy. The guy's never been stopped. But just comparatively, you have to say that Sulietsky is trickier than today's Dave. Like, bro, Lemieux shouldn't be fighting, to be real with you. Least of all at 68, he don't belong.
Honestly, I think the only reason he's up there is because he couldn't make 160. That's it.
That's it.
That's
Exactly. That's literally why I say that the man shouldn't be fighting. Why? You not no super middleweight. You not. Them guys, like, you about to get but once again, if David don't knock Lemieux out, I don't want to hear about this dude ever again. Never, ever. Don't never bring that dude up, B. Or if it take 8 rounds, if it take 8 not to stop Lemieux, I don't never want to hear about this dude ever again.
David Lemieux is gonna have to Superman punch David Benavides. The guy is mad little.
Listen,
He's
what he could do.
He's a short middleweight.
Listen, what he could do. What he could. This is what David Lemieux's gonna do. Put mad jelly in your hair. Then when David punches, listen to me. Wait. When David punch you and the hair move, it'll get in his eyes like Chong Li, like and that's when you go to the body, head, body. I'm telling you, that's the strategy, yo. Put a lot of grease, like a lot of mousse, a lot of product, a lot of shit that make you rub your eyes. When David landed a big right hand and the hair move, it'll go right in his face. Oh, and then just let him go, yo. Let him go. Bang. Combination.
How the hell is he even the number 1 WBC contender at super middleweight?
I don't even know, bro.
Because
I literally
AJ politics is dancing, man. That's
I
all.
know.
Yeah,
you know what? It's probably what it is.
Lemieux getting title shots. How is David Lemieux out of all the super middleweights in the
He's the number 1 in the WBC?
Bro, I don't know what the fuck going on, yo. I don't know what the fuck going on. That's crazy to me.
Well, that's just like that one cat down there in what was it? When he Tank fought him and the other guy did, and now he's gonna fight Pitbull. What's his name?
Oh, Gamboa.
Gamboa. Yeah, that guy keeps getting fights. He should have been gone a long time ago.
But what's worse is Ricky Burns is still fighting. That's worse, bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
I think I think they have a secret usable opponent status that certain fighters get, man, and that's why they keep getting all these damn.
Gamboa is the hot pocket of lightweight. Like, you could microwave it and re-microwave it because it's not really food.
They pass it around Gamboa like he a spliff or something.
That's what he is, bro. He the lightweight split. Hey, let's pass it.
I think a lot of people forget that Colbert was going to fight him before Tugg stepped in.
Bro, that shit is ridiculous. Yo, what's gonna happen to Colbert, bro? Everybody getting like. Let's be fair, right? We gotta be fair. Colbert got exposed. Berlanga got exposed.
Yep.
Cobbs got exposed.
Yep.
What is going on? Like what is this the exposed year or something?
Nah, it's that something gotta give. Like something gotta give. Like, look, before they got exposed, Diamante, Verdejo got exposed. Like, yeah, you got exposed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes.
Versus cleaning house, man.
Real shit. Like, motherfuckers got to get exposed. Like, it's
look about Gamboa. I think Gamboa has been passed from fighter to fighter so many times. I think fighting Gamboa right now can give you an STD.
Motherfucker go to the clinic like, yo, I got syphilis. You fought Gamboa.
Oh, did you? Told you not to be messing around with that. Told you not to be fucking with that dude.
Motherfucking Isaac Cruz gonna be at the free clinic like, how the fuck I got herpes? You fought Gamboa, bro. Like,
okay. Now if Isaac Cruz goes the distance with Gamboa.
Oh.
No, I don't think so.
He should knock him out. I'm picking him to knock him out, but if he does,
I mean,
bro.
No, I'm not even making a pick for it. Like when it comes to a shitty fight, I'm not even going to attach my like. No, y'all fight, and whatever happened, it don't got nothing to do with me. Yeah, I ain't gonna hang my hat on you, motherfuckers. And I don't, because the shit is look, all the fame that Isaac got is off of Davis. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's it.
We don't know what he is, bro. Like literally, I don't know what he is. So if he go in there, oh yeah, he got a knockout game. But no, we'll see what you do. We will see. Because I don't know what you going to do. Davis took 12 rounds to knock this motherfucker out. Haney couldn't knock the motherfucker out at all. I don't know what's going on no more. Because Castellanos could knock him out in 7. I don't know what's going on no more.
Right.
Fuck that shit.
This shit is weird. Shit is
weird. Shit is like, nah, B. Gamboa that been dropped. Yo, I lost count. I think he's up to either 16 or 18 career knockdowns. It's a crazy.
I thought it was 128.
Bro, it's just a crazy number. It's a crazy, and it's like, bro, like, and y'all still see that say more about y'all than it say about him. Cause we know where he at. Like, we know with y'all posted that's supposed to be easy or like easy work, and it ain't easy. So that reflect bad on y'all.
PBC shows want to criticize Terrence Crawford for fighting him. I'm like, wait a minute, but that was in his prime undefeated Gamboa. But now you want to praise Tank for going 12 with a bad leg and couldn't get him out to the last round.
The shit is lunacy.
And Isaac Cruz is about to fight him. So what?
Bro, and the worst part is I believe Oscar. I do believe Oscar when it came to that fight because Oscar was thinking kind of what I was thinking. That
Ryan, right?
Yeah, it's what I was thinking that like, oh, Isaac, it can't cost a lot of money to get Isaac in the ring. Nah, what, 500,000?
None for both of them. None for both of them.
Yeah, like it can't. Like you're not going to tell me that I gotta pay Isaac what 7 figures to get him? Nah, y'all didn't pay him 7 figures to get in the ring. So I don't. This should be an easy. In other words, what I was thinking was, in theory, ideally, it should be doable. But then I saw who he was with, and I'm like, "Oh, this is not happening. This is not happening."
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think Ryan has cleared over $1 million in purses. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yo, to be honest, he act like he money, but I don't even know if he money yet. Like,
Devin getting paid more than your ass. Come on, bro.
No, he do. We know that. We know that because Devin, look, motherfuckers could play that game all they want. He got a belt, bro. That's what I know. He got a belt.
Yep. Who cares how he got it? He got a belt. Boom.
If
and he's
he
defended
did, I'd
it
be
several
surprised,
times now.
man. If he did, I would be surprised.
I mean, Ryan probably got like sponsorship money or
yeah, that. I saw a commercial where he endorsing some like cologne about some shit. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, like he was like OB, Midol, always like he got endorsements. Like women's health. He got endorsements. He got YouTube money. I know he got YouTube money because his videos is popping like they watch.
His podcast. Yeah, you made a lot of people tune into those shits. So.
Yeah, crying with Ryan. So I mean, like, but as far as
if I recall, I remember back when the pandemic first hit. He was supposed to headline a card. It was the card where it was the card where Virgil Ortiz fought Samuel Vargas. Was it that one?
Yeah.
And then I think he was supposed to still fight, but then he complained about not getting paid and all this shit. So then they just bumped Virgil up to the main event. Now that was Linares fight, like on that slot.
Yeah, his pussy was hurt. Yeah. He didn't fight. Pussy hurt. Something got stuck in it. But not like I don't know that he gets. I don't think he's getting like what Devin.
I looked up his purses. I think he made. He didn't even get that much for the Luke Campbell fight, if I'm not mistaken. I think he got 5, maybe 400K, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not a little much over than that. But
you compare that, like if you just compare that, like, and Leonard Ellerby said it, that Devin gets paid very well. He does. He ain't out here, which is to me what makes the whole Ryan Garcia shit a bigger bitch move. That like that's how I know that like it's simple. He'll beat you. Simple. you know he'll beat you. If you fight him now or anywhere around now, or at least then, because that was then, you know, now is the situation is different. But
I mean, you talk about with Isaac, right? Ryan would beat Isaac.
Nah, because the Devin, you know, the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia shit, that shit is not new. That shit been going on for the last 3 years. And when it was going on, I always said it then, and I say it that look, the reason they didn't fight, fuck the bullshit, is because you know if you would have fought him then, he would have beat you. That's why you didn't fight him. Because the money, as far as money, the money was there, and he had a belt. You know, he still got it, but you know, he had a belt the last 2 years, I'll say. It's been like 2 years.
Yeah.
He's had a belt like 2 years. So he had a belt and there's money. You know, he doesn't hit hard. Like, well, you know, he's not a big puncher. Like, you know that. You know, he's not like a Lomachenko type guy. Like, nah. But you still don't want it. Oh, I know why. Because you know he'll beat you. He'll beat you. Whatever's whatever. You knew he would beat you if you would have fought him then. Now, I don't know, because now you got Joe Goosen, and I am watching because Joe is an old guy. He older than me. He older than all of us. He don't got time. Yeah, he don't got time to be playing. You know, like it could, in other words, it could be a blessing in disguise that like you wanted to have slumber parties with Eddie Reynoso and he didn't want to do that. And you wanted to make s'mores and go skinny dip, and he didn't want to do that. But now, but let me finish. But now that you got Joe, and Joe, it is more personal with Joe. Like it is more hands-on, one-on-one, because Joe don't got a bunch of guys to divide his attention right now. It is more personal. Maybe it could be better. I'm gonna be watching that to go fight. Am I? When is that fight? April 9th?
April 9th, yeah.
No, I'm gonna be watching Michaela. Fuck, I'm talking about.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably like I'll have Ryan on my phone. I'm gonna be watching Michaela, to be real.
I'll watch him. I'll tune them to them both. I'll see.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch them both. So, I'm gonna have Ryan on the phone and
Michaela gonna be on the big screen.
Yeah, on
with sexy ass.
Well, I can't talk like that because I be talking.
No.
I can't say that.
Let me get on. Let me get that. I'm saying, let me say that.
Jay said I didn't say nothing, you know, because I'm Switzerland. Like I can't talk like that because then people gonna look at me crazy. Like, oh, so that's what you doing? Like, no, I didn't say that. Jay said that shit. I didn't
by the way, I saw the photo on Twitter. You commented on saying that that's a good picture where her taking her belts. I was gonna leave a response. I was gonna leave a response saying, "Too bad, Alicia gonna take them shits."
No. Don't do that shit. You tell her that shit.
I'll tell you. I'm saying it. That's coming from AJ Spence.
I just look. See, that's the other thing, right? I could all right, bang. Let me explain this shit, right? I draw, so that's a dope picture. Like, and I meant that in the kindest way possible. That's a dope picture. Cause like that would be some dope shit to draw. That image that she got all her belts and all that. It's a dope picture. Just in general, it's a dope picture. So I ain't trying to be all creepy. Like, ooh yeah, pussy, and like I ain't being creepy. Like it's a dope picture. That's all I meant. That's literally what I meant. It's a dope picture. That's it. I wasn't trying to be on no freak shit or nothing like that. You know, because it's a lot of weird shit. Like, look, motherfucking shout out to Enzo Macarinelli. Enzo was getting into it with that dude on Twitter that loves Sandy Ryan. You know the dude? The dude that bro, it's a dude named WBC, Women's Boxing Channel. He got
yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, guy runs that channel?
Yeah, it's a guy. It's an old guy. Like it's a dude that's old. And Enzo was going in, and Rack Noble, shout out to Rack. They was all going in there like, yo, that dude is creepy. Like, bro, why you keep writing essays about Sandy Rock? Like, Sandy dope. I'm a fan of Sandy, but yo, you being real weird with the shit. Like, chill, fam. Like, the fuck? Like, motherfucker had to get a restraining order on you, bro. Like, chill.
Like, what's some of he was saying? Like, was he like overly obsessive or what?
Listen, look for it. Look, this is what I want you to do. I want you to see it for yourself because it's very hard to describe.
Okay.
But you feel it. You feel it when you read the tweets. Like you feel the creepiness. Like he probably got his whole living room is probably pictures of Sandy.
Okay. Oh, that's what we dealing with. Okay, we dealing with a Sandy Ryan.
Bro, he liked the Riddler. He liked the Riddler. Like, remember the Riddler had all that pictures of a new clip. He probably got clippings of Sandy Ryan. Like he got toenails, shit that she ate, and he probably took it out the garbage and pasted it to the wall like he a weird cat. Go to
I was just saying, like earlier, like in response to that photo with Michaela with the belts. I'm just saying, like that's coming from me. Michaela, if you're hearing this, I'm sorry. I think Alicia gonna take your shit. That's all.
yeah.
Moving on.
All right, but yeah, like I want you to go on Twitter when you get back on Twitter. Put in the search bar "Women's Boxing Channel," right, and you're gonna see a red circle, white font, WBC Women's Boxing Channel. And what I want you to do is just scroll down till you get to the tweets from like a week ago when Sandy Ryan fought. And you're just gonna see these essays, bro. These mile-long Star Wars essays. Like you remember Star Wars? It's mad essay. Like, yo, what is this dude doing? Like, yo, why you writing these long ass legal documents about what's like Sandy lost the fight? She's a trooper. She gonna get it back. Like, I ain't even worried. Like, if they do
all rolling up the screen.
Yeah, it was just mad long. I was like, yo, this dude is crazy. And I seen Enzo, shout out to Enzo Macaronelli. I seen Enzo was talking like, yo, this dude, he started going in on him. And then Rack Nobles, he started going. It's like, yeah, like somebody need to. I don't want to go in on him because I'm tired of arguing with people on Twitter. I don't want to argue and I don't want to be involved in arguments. Like, I'm like, bro, I'm fucking old, bro. I really don't want to keep seeing you in my notifications. So I'm not even gonna argue at all. Like, I don't want to argue. But
hey, Jules, you know what I started doing? Like when people like, just clap back at me, I just copy and paste what they wrote and send it back to them.
No, I mean, it's like people, because there are people that look, this is how bad it is. There's people that make accounts, then follow me to argue, and I'm like, I don't. Literally, they do.
Man. We've seen it. You attract the weirdos, man, because they come to your channel all the time,
bro. It's like Walking Dead, like, Julia, argue with you, like, bro, get the fuck away from me, please.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Like Drew said. Shout out to Drew. He said they love your opinion. That's why they keep coming back. Really?
Yeah, bro. I'm not flattered by that shit at all, bro. Like, stay away from me. Man.
From Fart Man to go Danny Ranger and all the rest, man. It's like, gee.
It gets wild, and I'm like, look, man. I'm old. I'm tired. I like to what's that word I'm looking for? It's like delegate, but it's like you don't hear it as often. What's the word, man? What's the word? It's like delegate, but a little different. The point is, I don't want to waste my time, with doing that. Like, I could be sleeping, bro. I could be doing something better. I don't want to spend an hour arguing with Joe Blow on Twitter.
Jules, I could say over time you mellowed, because the first time I remember when I first came to your channel, you were in arguments with people constantly, and you humiliated a lot of fools, and your catch line was "take that L."
No, and I'm not, I'm retired. Like, well, I ain't retired. That's a fucking lie.
Jules. It's like Jules. You're like me in a lot of ways. It's like I'll let a lot of shit slide, but honestly, if somebody claps back at me and it offends me enough, I'll respond.
Yeah, and I don't. That's the like. I don't want to.
I don't want to do that, but like sometimes it just shit just hits the nerve with me where I got to clap back. You know what I mean?
It's because they don't have a code. They don't have like like it's certain shit I won't do. It's just certain shit that I won't do. But these people, they like they actually had my account suspended, and it's over. Like they actually had my Twitter. Like, you don't have a code, so you really gonna call the Twitter police on me?
Wow, Jules, you stole Tawks, man. What do you expect? TAWK.
They really caught the Twitter cops on me, and I'm like, yo, y'all really gonna call the Twitter cops on me? Wow, that's crazy.
I mean, let me tell y'all something hilarious. It's like some people, like everybody wants to be a fucking critic that day. Because I was on Lady Chan's live yesterday, right? We chopped it up for a bit. We covered the some of the Prograis fight. She couldn't see it, so I offered to do some commentary. I'm not the best at it. I'm acknowledging that. I'm just working. I mean, so. I'm after the video's over, like some guy in the comments, he has a problem, like talking like, let Lady Chan do the comment. Like, hold on, wait a minute. Who the fuck you to tell me what I can and can't comment? I mean, for real? Like, are you serious?
Bro, that's this era, bro. That's this era. Like, look, Steve Kim tagged me. I'm not making this up, by the way. Steve Kim tagged me to a lady that she says, what did she say? It was some crazy shit. She said, oh yeah, she said yoga is racist. I'm like, yo, what planet? Yo, I swear to God. I swear to God.
Wow.
What?
Okay.
She really said that. And I'm like, yo, I don't know what planet I'm on. Is this Uranus? Is this Jupiter?
Did yoga call her a racial slur or something?
I guess. I think she went to do sitting dog and a fart came out and she.
Wow,
Like,
man. Yoga is racist. Okay.
That's
man.
literally
that's a no one.
She literally said that. It's a
Well, that's like that one black chick that said Darth Vader, Star Wars was racist because Darth Vader was black.
Right, bro.
You know what?
Yo,
country. I got a better one. Moon Knight is racist because he's white.
That dude is brown. He from the dude that's playing him. That's the dude from that movie with the robot girl.
That's Oscar Isaac. That's his name.
Wherever that look. I seen him in the movie with the fucking robot girl. Man, he built the girl. And then the nerd fucked her.
I remember. What movie was that? That was it's Deus Ex Machina or some shit.
Yeah.
That's it.
He fucked
Alicia Vikander. She played the robot. Yeah.
Let me.
I'd have fucked her too, though.
Yo, but Jules, right quick. You know what's trippy about that dude, Oscar Isaac? Don't he low key look like Jack Catterall somewhat?
Yo, I thought I was the only one. I'm like, yo, that dude he look like Jack Catterall.
When I saw Jack, I'm like, wait a minute, why does he look like he looks familiar? Hold on, who? Then I'm like, Oscar, fuck. Oh, bruh. I'm like, dude.
Beat the shit. Jack Catterall and that dude together look like the little dude that be around Lomachenko. The little actor that was in Wonder Woman. The little dude.
Yeah.
If you took them and squeezed them together, they'll look like him. The little dude. This shit is wild, but he really do look like Jack Catterall. So now we know what superhero Jack Catterall is. He's Moon Knight.
Moon Knight, yes, absolutely, most def, 100%.
Real shit. So
that's why he whooped Josh ass. That's why he had to drop on because he Moon Knight.
He had the Egyptian spirits. Spirits. Now on that note, I'm gonna go to sleep. Fucking sleepy. Gentlemen,
Night, y'all.
always a pleasure.
Have a good night, guys. Jules.